Menace, just
There's a quote that I sort of live by. And when I first heard it, I thought, what the fuck is that all about? But then it makes so much sense. Brandon Novak, who was in Jackass and CKY or something like that, and he was a big heroin addict. I mean, he had everything. He had money, he could afford his addiction, and he was at rock bottom. His story is incredible for people who I recommend listening to it. He ended up on the streets fucking sucking off blokes just so they could give him a fucking hit of heroin and shit like that, right? And he's turned his life completely round, right? And he hosts meetings, he writes books about it. And I think he's something like 9 or 10 years clean, something like that. But the quote that I'm getting at is, the quote was, sobriety has given me what drink and drugs has promised me. Fuck.
Wow,
when I
get
first
it.
heard that, but when I first heard it, I was like, what is this fucking clown on about? But now where I am, I'm like, fuck me. Because drink and drugs promise you a great time, promise you a happy life, promise you this and that, but that's a load of bollocks. Sobriety has given me everything drink and drugs has promised me, and it really has, mate. This last 11 months, coming up to my sobriety date, June the 30th, sorry, when I do a year, it's given me everything, mate. It has I think I've lived my best year. You know, I've done tours. I just
your work must be on another level, isn't it? You're firing on different cylinders. I'm the same,
mate. Honestly, like, I mean, I was always good at what I do. You know, I'm not a big-headed person. Same as yourself. You know if you're good or if you're shit at something. You know, and the magic's always been good at it. I mean, just done a 3.5 week tour with the Brian Jonestown Massacre, and they're fucking mental, mate. Right? They were back in. There's a documentary about them back in the, I think, come out in 2001, 3, something like that. But they were mental back in the day, right? And I went on tour with them, and I was thinking, fuck, how's this going to go? And do you know what? Anton, the lead singer, love him to bits. He made sure there was no drinks in my dressing room. He looked after me. He made sure I had soft drinks. He looked after me. At one point, I opened the can up and he thought it was a can of beer.
It was like that.
Oh no, you haven't got to fall back down there. Is times that bad? And I looked at him. I was like, it's a fucking Coke, mate. He's like, oh, you're all right, you're all right.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but I love that. That means that they're
looking out. They were looking out for me.
And listen, look, there's two ways of looking at it all. You know, like, and it hurts me that I'm losing followers, and I gain followers through the sobriety, and I lose followers. You know, people are like, I can't listen to you no more, and because it hurts sometimes. But the truth of it is when you start moving in a different direction in life, you start moving in a different positive direction in life. That really can trigger some people. It really can. People do not like to look at people doing something that they believe that they can't do. But if you are triggered out there that watching this, if you are triggered by anything that's being said, it means that your subconscious is telling you that you need to look at what's going on, and it's just making that first step and admitting it. Innit? That's it, basically.
If I could advise anyone about this journey I've taken, because as I said, I like yourself, get many messages of people saying, I want to do it, but I'm afraid I'm going to miss out. I'm afraid.
That's the big one, isn't it?
Like, what the fuck are you going to miss out on, mate? I've been
carnage.
to gigs. I've been to gigs. I've watched the Happy Mondays sober. I want to watch Paul Weller sober. I went to so many shows. And they've been the best gigs I've ever been to. Why? Because I fucking remember it.
Yeah, mate. And I used to think that I suffered. I used to think that I suffered with like social anxiety or something. Because whenever I went out, I was always sketchy. I was always like, oh. And now I'm like, I'm like, this is quality. It was the fucking drink and the drugs.
Hey, mate,
it's mad, isn't it?
It's like a mask, isn't it? It covers you up.
But you do get to a point. The only difference is with the drink and the drugs, you're without the drink and the drugs, you can't pretend that you're interested in the shit people talk. So there always does come a point for me when I'm out, I'm like, yeah, this is a load of bollocks, mate. I'm off. Drunk people, and I hate saying it because I was the worst. My mates used to call me the arm tapper because I'd be like, oh, listen. Oh my God, what do you reckon on aliens? What do you think on like when I was off me nut? And now I'm like, one, because I can't be fucked with it, and two, I look at them, I'm like, oh, that was me, man.
Right, that's the worst thing though, when you see someone like that and they're off the fucking nut and they're just chatting at about 100 miles an hour and you go, fuck,
that was me. Yeah.
And then they ask you a question and you're like, oh, what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Like, fuck me, man. But I mean,
yeah,
like
man.
I said, what a life.
Yeah.
And that's if I can take anything out of this, it's that, I've lived my life. The party has to stop sometime. And for me, I've had great parties. Anyone who said, you know, you get people say, "Oh, I had a bad time on drinking drugs. Fuck me, you should have done them with me. You would have had the best party of your fucking life, right?"
Yeah.
At the same time, that's not how you live. You know, you're sort of masking it. You're sort of playing up to it, saying, "It's all right to do this. Fuck, it ain't."